face Maya Brady to start this game, and I only had to throw one pitch to her to get her out. Kind of a high ERA from Ruby Malin. It has not necessarily been shutdown inning after shutdown inning like we saw from her career at Oklahoma State, but giving her the ball today in game 2, and she's going to get tested against the Spark offense that have hit the most home runs in the league.
38 of them now after 4 yesterday. Sydney Romero was one of those. Maya Brady actually hit 2 home runs yesterday, and the first of which started off a back-to-back-to-back run with Brady, Sydney Romero, and Delaney Wiz. 1-1 pitch from Malin. Good spot on the inside corner for strike 2. No one is a bigger Ruby Malin or Carolina Blaze fan today than the Portland Cascade. They just need Carolina to win one of these last 2 games to punch their ticket to the postseason. It is one or the other between these 2 expansion teams in the league, and Romero goes down swinging.
I mean, to get Maya Brady and Sid Romero out back-to-back has not been an easy task for any pitcher. That is such a big deal for the rookie Ruby Malin, going right at Brady, going right at Sid Romero, getting Romero out on a rise ball outside.
Now Sydney McKinney. Every player except one in the OKC lineup yesterday, or in the lineup today, had a hit yesterday. Sid McKinney was 1 for 5, drove in a run and scored once, hitting .417 on the season. These 2 teams split their first 2 games of the year in Oklahoma City a couple weeks ago. Now OKC leads the season series 2-1.
I'll tell you what, this rise ball for Ruby Malin is working early in this game. She got Maya Brady to pop out on a rise ball, Sid Romero to strike out on a rise ball, swing and miss there to McKinney on a rise ball that got her back into the count. Ruby Malin, more so known to be a drop ball pitcher. That's going to be the pitch that she throws the majority of the time, and then spin the ball up in the zone with the rise ball, and at times, ever so often, get a change speed, something that she struggled with at Washington in her career at Oklahoma State as a collegiate player, something that she continues to work on. Look at these swings and misses that she is getting. Good sign for Ruby Malin when you're seeing swings and misses like that in her attacking hitters the way that she is early in this game.
Big day for Ruby Malin. Maybe the last time she's going to throw in this 2026 season, trying to carve out a roster spot for 2027. Another near swing and miss. McKinney just tipped it, and Reese Atwood couldn't quite squeeze it.
She looks really crisp to start this game. And when you're seeing swings and misses like that early from this Spark team that have just been crushing the ball, that is a great sign for Malin.
Is fouled into the bullpen. Off the bat of McKinney, trying to get the Spark going with 2 outs. One of the best 2-out hitting teams in the league. Entered this series hitting .284, second best. And their 44 2-out RBIs led the league. Pitch number 8 of the AB. Malin dealing in front of a sold-out crowd all 3 games. This final regular season weekend sold out. You can see the outfield berm is completely packed. (3-2). Ground ball right side. Aubrey Leach stays down on it, and it's a 1-2-3 start for Ruby Malin. Fly out, strikeout, ground out. Carolina coming up next.
Please join us in recognizing Rhonda.
Beautiful Duke Chapel on what is one of the finest campuses in the country at Duke University. Carolina calls Smith Family Stadium their home. Dakota Kennedy, Reese Atwood, Bailey Klingler do up here in the first. 6 home runs for this team in the last 3 games. We saw Alyssa Brito have a big day yesterday, as well as Anna Gold, who played her college ball right here for Marissa Young at a Young Duke program. And they will face off with a former SEC Pitcher of the Year back in 2023 at Auburn. It's Maddie Penta, now in her 3rd year as a pro. She's from Chesapeake City, Maryland. In her last 5 appearances, 2-0 with a 2.53 ERA and over 19 innings pitched.
Maddie Penta has definitely gotten better as this season has gone on. She is 6'2". Her drop ball is her most used pitch this season, which because she is 6'2", it has a big chance to fall down, dive down into the zone, and these Blaze hitters are going to have to deal with it.
Said how great she's been in the last 5 appearances. In her first 2 outings of the year, just 2 innings pitched, 9 earned runs. Since then, has been much more like what we've come to expect from Maddie Penta and has helped change this season for Oklahoma City.
And she'll bring it at 70 miles an hour, but the drop ball that I told you is her most used pitch is going to come in at about 64 as an off-speed pitch for her. Her screwball is going to be one of her most used pitches as well. It's 69, 70 miles an hour, so she can bring it with some speed and throw 3 different speeds against these Blaze hitters.
Yesterday snapped a streak of 3 consecutive complete games for this Oklahoma City pitching staff. Penta had one of them, a complete game win over Texas, gave up just 2 earned in all 7 innings and struck out 4. Is ahead 1-2 in the count to Dakota Kennedy, who was hitless yesterday after having a great 2-game stretch before that with 5 hits and 3 extra base hits in that span. Kennedy got off to a red-hot start in the AUSL, kind of cooled off in the middle stages of the season, had some strikeout issues, and then now trying to pick it up at the end of the year. After a pitch comm issue, ready to go on the 1-2.
It's been fun to watch Maddie Penta grow up as a professional pitcher, from the way that she pitched when she was at Auburn to the way that she pitches now, changing speeds, much more.
Back to her. We'll change the speed for you.
There's that changeup that she drops it down to 55 miles an hour. So being able to throw 3 different speeds, she is just such a different type of pitcher than what we saw her pitching in the SEC, where she really dominated with her velocity, an overwhelming velocity where she would throw hard into hitters.
First pitch ball to Reese Atwood. Texas great, 2-time national champion. Carolina played in Round Rock, Texas, just north of Austin last week against the Texas Bolts. And her former pitcher, Tegan Cavan, threw out the first pitch. Reese got to catch it despite being a member of the visiting team, but a super cool moment to see those two together. We interviewed Tegan, of course, in that game, and she talked about how hopefully one of these days she's on this field as a member of the AUSL.
The Texas softball team threw out the first pitch of the Astros game last night. A lot of missing members because many of them are playing here in the AUSL, like Reese Atwood.
Two teams have already concluded their regular seasons, Texas and Portland. Chicago, Utah is later tonight, and that is for the top spot and a first-round bye, essentially, in the AUSL postseason. 1-2, swing and a miss. Penta sits down the first 2.
This is a great start for Maddie Penta. We talked about the start for Ruby Malin. She looked fantastic, and now Maddie Penta is bringing it as well. Drop ball, outside corner, falls off the table, and gets Reese Atwood to chase that pitch out of the zone. 2 quick outs for Penta to start this game.
That's what she did last start against Texas. The 7 innings, just 6 hits, 1 walk. Bailey Klingler at the plate, hitting .294 on the season. Pair of hits yesterday. Off the end of the bat, Cheryl got a late jump, but still picks it off the dirt. for out number 3.
It was barely off the end of the bat. I thought that was going to go a little bit deeper into center field and be out of Cheryl's reach, but it stayed in the infield just enough for Cheryl to not get the best job. See, I think she thought the same thing I thought. It was going to go deeper, and it went more shallow, and she got it.
No runs, no hits, no errors for either team in the first inning. Ruby Malin and Maddie Penta trying to keep things quiet from an offensive perspective today. Delaney Wiz leads it off. She was the third of back-to-back-to-back home runs yesterday.
This was one of the turning points in yesterday's game was when Delaney Wiz came up after Maya Brady and Sid Romero hit home runs in front of her. She was the third home run in that inning. Just a big moment for the Spark to answer back offensively. Yesterday's game was close. The final score did not reflect that at all, but a very tight game until the final inning where the Spark put up 8 runs in that extra 8th inning.
Delaney Wiz has moved to more of an everyday role at first base after having to catch the majority of the season, due to the fact that one of their top picks in the allocation draft, Mackenzie Hansen-McKenzie, has not played this summer. Pregnant with her first child, so she's been on the temporary inactive list. Wiz had to step up. She has great versatility. Can play either corner outfield spot and catch. Pops this up on a gold, gives it a look, but it's foul.
Well, I think she's looked really comfortable at first base. They were using her, back behind the plate because of the reasons that you mentioned, and she definitely can go back there, but you can tell how comfortable she looks at that first base position. She's made a lot of great plays.
Has a hit in 9 of the last 11 games. And ahead in the count 3-1 against Malin. Wiz takes strike 2 on the outside corner.
Yeah, that's the type of spot right there that Ruby Malin is going to need to continue to hit in this outing. So a drop ball, about a ball off the plate. She gets a call from the home plate umpire. She needs to stay there on the corners.
Wiz lifts it to left, but pulls it foul.
And here's the thing, Chucky, in this league, that was about a ball on the plate. A ball on the plate gets hit like that. A ball off the plate, these hitters are a little bit more hesitant, don't necessarily want to take their best swing at it. Sometimes you're going to get the call, it's going to go in your favor. She has to live on the edges with her drop ball today.
Walks Wiz to lead off the second. There has been some massive days recently for home run hitters. Yesterday's 3 home runs back to back to back joined 2 other instances in AUSL history where 3 home runs were hit in the same inning. These are some big names on this list.
They really are. And so much history in just the short history of our league. There's so many moments of that happening. I feel like it's so rare that you see a 3 home run inning, yet in just the second season that we've had at the AUSL, it's happened 3 times.
The one for Portland earlier this year actually came against Texas as Amari Harper beats it out at first to avoid the double play. That's one of those games you can look back to. I think that's the reason Portland are in the spot they're in right now. This could very well be a much easier weekend for Oklahoma City had Corby Otis not hit the first of those 3 home runs to set off what was just an incredible inning. First pitch misses to Sydney Sherrill. Sydney mic'd up in this game. We'll talk to her in a couple innings live in the field. We can ask her, what did you see on that diving catch that you made? Was she thinking the same thing? This is into left field, backing up Dakota Kennedy, and there's 2 outs. Here is Bubba Nichols Camarena. One of a long list of UCLA Bruins in the AUSL. Love to add to a growing home run total for Bruins. Had Brady and Megan Grant both hit 2 yesterday to tie themselves once again atop the home run list and the single season mark in the AUSL with 10 apiece. Bubba didn't get all of this, but it is fair into left field. That advances Harper to second, keeps the inning alive.
So Megan Grant's in another home run chase, huh? Did as a team, yeah, the team home run chase against Oklahoma softball for the most home runs ever hit as a team in a single season, as well as the individual home run chase. And now here she is in the AUSL chasing now against another former Bruin and Maya Brady.
Haley Lee rips this to left field. Kennedy over quickly to make the catch. Couple zeros to start this game for Ruby Malin, first time through. 0-0 going to the bottom of the second. Carolina trying to take the lead over Oklahoma City. So much to do with these AUSL games. Let's check in with Anna Camden for the first time with more on Sydney McKinney.
Imperfect stars for an imperfect game. That was the inspiration behind the packaging of this little box that Sydney McKinney designed and drew herself. And inside the box is an eye black that she actually used to draw this imperfect star on my hand before the game. Well, she described that the confidence, growth, and resilience that you learn in softball was the inspiration of this design, because perfect is boring. And the eye black itself was designed by Jamie Makeup, a celebrity makeup artist and softball mom. The pair worked together to create an eye black made for girls, by girls, and obviously Sid is very proud of this, and it's the only eye black she wears now on game day.
Yeah, Jamie is a big softball fan. She's always commenting on posts, she's always watching, so celebrity makeup artist, but softball mom at her heart. And I know that that collaboration with Sydney McKinney meant a lot to her. She has been a softball fan for many years.
Sydney McKinney, one of the best in the business too. She came back late this season from Japan, but has a hit in all but one game. Has an 8-game hit streak. She is one of the most dangerous hitters that you're going to find. Valerie Cagle leads it off in the second inning for Carolina. 0 for 4 with a run scored yesterday. Fouls that pitch straight back from Maddie Penton to 2-2 count. So both games today, all the meaning you could possibly ask for. Oklahoma City trying to give themselves an opportunity to basically walk it off into the postseason tomorrow night. And then tonight, it's Chicago, Utah. Winner is the #1 seed and gets a bye straight to the AUSL Championship Series. Question is, can OKC give us that drama tomorrow night? How often do you get the opportunity for basically a season walk-off? Now ball right side for Cheryl. 1 out.
That game tonight is, well, it is just going to be so intense. I mean, we have the play-in game on Thursday in College Station where the 2 and 3 seeds will play each other in a 1-game playoff to get into the finals. But this feels like the play-in game before the play-in game, fighting for the 1 seed to see who is going to make punch their ticket to already make it into the finals later on this week and get extra rest too.
To right field, Harper comes on, it falls out of her glove. Alyssa Brito is into second base with a double. Amari Harper almost with a tremendous catch. Instead, that's going to be the 5th hit in 2 games for Alyssa Brito.
And Amari Harper had to come a long way for this ball. She was the only option, laid out in her glove, but just could not hold on to it. Tremendous effort, hit off the heel of her glove, which pushed it to the tip of her glove and eventually out. So right where it hit when she landed, that was the part that just kind of things went wrong, but you cannot fault the effort. But another double for Brito as she continues to stay hot in this series.
First pitch fouled off. This is Jenna Laird instead of Kayla Kowalik, who was scheduled to be in the lineup, but will not come to the plate here in the second inning. Kowalik recently coming back from the injured list. So she is somewhat of a early game scratch. We did not see her at any point. She was the DP, so not playing in the field.
She's been battling injury all season long, unfortunately for her. Big part of this Blaze offense and leadership back behind the plate as well.
Layered off the handle. Cheryl got a good read on this one and makes the play. There's 2 outs. Yesterday, Carolina 1 for 15 with runners in scoring position and 0 for 1 today.
Stepping up to the plate from Duke University, number 4, Anna Gold.
Here is Anna Gold. She had 3 hits yesterday with a home run. Her and Brito combining for 7 hits in the game and 2 home runs.
And you can tell early in this game how difficult Maddie Penta is to square up. You think of the jammed hit that, or off the end of the bat, that Sydney Sherrill laid out for one of the outs. Just a soft pop up there to second base. The one to Amari Harper, not well hit. And it's because of the way that she's mixing speed. She is very difficult to get on time with. So she will either get you to hit it off the end of the bat, or she'll work you hard inside, like that last pitch inside to Gold that's coming at 70, where you might get jammed. So she's very, very, very difficult to time up and square up.
A little all over these first few pitches to Anna Gold, and she actually called time to initiate this conversation with Sarah Gordon. Sarah Gordon has had a great rookie season. She started the year with Utah, managing what is the best pitching staff in the league. Actually played in Durham with Utah, and now is playing back here in Durham again with Oklahoma City. Right behind these Carolina players, Sarah Gordon has played almost the most games in Durham, North Carolina this year. Gold to left center, didn't get it all. Long run for Bubba, and it pops out of her glove. And Brito running all the way with 2 outs will score.
Another ball with weak contact. This has to be an out by Bubba Nichols Camarena, but it's another ball off the end of the bat that Anna Gold just does not hit very hard, but Bubba Nichols Camarena had to run a long way, and this absolutely has to be caught. She knows it. She's frustrated that that easily could have been the 3rd out. The Blaze get on the board first.
Big run for Carolina and for Portland, hoping the Blaze can send them to the postseason.
Well, this Oklahoma City defense has been spectacular this season. So it's a rarity that you see an error. They have, what, under 10 errors in the entire season, best fielding percentage in the league.
Only team with a fielding percentage over 980. Mackenzie Clark ahead 3-0. Penta was not sure where that missed.
It was a really good location, did not get the call.
Clark taking all the way. That's strike 1. Carolina took a 1-0 lead yesterday in the bottom of the 1st inning. Oklahoma City scored 3 in the 4th. Carolina responded to that as well with a run in the 4th, 2 in the 5th.
You think the Sparks stayed up late to watch that game last night? 10 Eastern start time for the Cascade Bolts game. Did you stay up for it?
I stayed up. Admittedly, I did not see the last inning, but I was up for the majority. Did you see the whole game?
I watched the whole game.
I'm impressed.
1 run, 2 hits, 1 left on base. We played 2.
Blaze putting pressure on this Spark defense, popping in and out of the glove of Amari Harper for a hit, and then an error by Bubba Nichols Camarena. Just some weak contact, putting pressure on these outfielders to make running catches.
Thursday night, the AUSL Championship play-in game will take place in College Station. We'll have it for you at 9 Eastern on ESPN and also available on the ESPN app. How excited are you? We go back to your alma mater.
I am so excited. There's Kyle Field. Davis Diamond is just down the road. Davis Diamond will host the playoffs. Oh, this is going to be so good. Can't wait to be back in Texas and showing everybody some Texas hospitality and playing at Davis Diamond, one of the best stadiums in the country.
So you do know about Texas hospitality.
I do know a little bit about something about Texas A&M. I don't know about hospitality because I don't want you to come over to my house or anything. So,
no, I've not sensed that hospitality from you. So, would you have stayed up? So you asked the question, did we all stay up for the game last night? Did Oklahoma City watch potentially? Would you, as a player, have stayed up to see what you would need to do the next 2 days?
1,000%. I would have stayed up. Just like I stay up now, even though I was really tired, didn't want to, made myself stay up just to watch it and know what I was getting myself into the next morning when I woke up.
Alongside Amanda Scarborough, I'm Chucky Kemp, Anna Camden down in the dugout. 1-2 pitch, it is in the dirt. Ruby Malin into her third inning of work. We'll see 9-1-2 against Oklahoma City here. Sarah Gordon leads it off. You know how dangerous this lineup is at all times. Certainly, though, as you get going second and third time through, it becomes that much more challenging as a pitcher. Gordon 1 for 3 yesterday with a run scored. This is popped up, and that's going to get out of play.
I'm really feeling like Ruby Malin has some extra break to her pitches today, especially her rise ball. That was a pitch that looked right over the heart of the plate, but still Sarah Gordon ended up popping it up and fouling it off instead of squaring it up. And I think that her pitches just have some late break on them that kind of giving these Spark hitters some fits in the box, not being able to square her up first time through.
Again, another foul ball.
An amazing crowd. The outfield is packed. I think the people that were sitting behind home plate got here a little bit later than the people in the outfield. People in the outfield had to run to go grab their seat first, so they got here an hour and a half before. People back behind home plate, they knew where they were going to be sitting.
Left side, Alyssa Brito just retired Gordon, who said, let's challenge that. And Amber Flores, I looked down, I think she was already 5 steps out of the dugout.
Not your catcher getting down the line like that, by the way. Sarah Gordon with good hustle took Brito.
Oklahoma is challenging the play at first base.
Into the 5-6 hole. This was going to stand. Great call by the first base umpire. I don't know how they do it, because more times than not, the call that is on the field is the correct call. And it is so tight. Could have thought, you saw Sarah Gordon. No way, I was safe for sure. Amber Flores, oh yeah, no, she's definitely safe. But when you look at it, it's very clear that she was out. Good hustle by Gordon to get down the line.
After review, the call on the field is confirmed. The runner is out. This is Oklahoma's first challenge with 1 remaining.
Well, it's a big deal to face the top of the order now for Oklahoma City coming up with Maya Brady with nobody on. I mean, you think about the damage that the top of the order did against the Blaze in yesterday's game. That was a difference maker. Top of the order came through for the Spark. Top of the order did not come through for the Blaze. They had multiple chances with runners on, runners in scoring position. 1 through 4 got it done for the Spark. They did not get it done for the Blaze.
To your point, Amber Flores wants nothing more than to have someone on base for Maya Brady. All 4 home runs that Oklahoma City hit yesterday were solo shots, 2 of them off the bat of Brady. This is a tough spot. Kind of the opportunity here if you want to pitch around Brady, but you're not getting anybody much easier with Sydney Romero standing on deck. What would you do? Would you just let her go? Let's put her on first.
For Maya Brady, I'd still have to pitch her tough because of Sid Romero and the way that she's swinging the bat with her home run power.
Brady off the end of the bat, and now is 0 for 2 against Ruby Malin. That came in a 2-0 count.
The difference, so 8 for 19 in the 1 through 4 hitters with 7 RBIs compared to 2 for 17 for the Blaze with no RBIs.
Here is Sydney Romero, nobody on, 2 outs. She has 17 hits and 20 RBIs in the last 11 games. Slices this to right field, just foul.
You know, the difference, I think, in Ruby Malin today, Chucky, is that she's not overpowering her pitches. I'm seeing 65, 66 miles an hour on her drop ball, and I think it's allowing her pitches to move, to break, to spin a little bit more. She can ramp it up to 68 to 70 miles an hour, but that right there, drop ball that she just threw at 66, her drop ball is the hardest pitch that she throws. She's living at about 65, 66, spinning her rise ball at about the same speed and tunneling those pitches well.
Another swing and a miss.
I think the pitches are really moving.
The lone strikeout victim in the game was Sydney Romero back in the first inning. And we're looking for another. That is hard hit up the middle and a base hit. Just the second one in the game off of Ruby Malin. Oh, and we were wondering, did they watch the game last night? Anna Camden has the answer.
Well, the consensus in the dugout is that most of them started the game. However, after Megan Grant's second home run, they decided to call it. They knew how that was going to end, and they needed to keep the main thing, and get their sleep for game day today.
Well, you know, everybody's a Megan Grant fan, whether you're on her team, unless you're playing against her. It seems like everyone's rooting for Megan Grant.
The fact that Maya Brady and Megan Grant hit 2 home runs same day, meaningful games, stepping up for their teams, both Bruins, both hitting 10 home runs. I mean, just so many similarities between those two right now.
UCLA coaching staff has to sleep well, knowing all the stars they've put out into the softball world and the stars they currently have on that team that they'll bring back in 2027. Two-one count to Sydney McKinney. There's Maya Brady back in the dugout. You know she'll be just begging for another opportunity after starting this game 0 for 2. She was 3 for 5 yesterday. McKinney's on an 8-game hit streak. Trying to make it 9, but now a 2-2 count.
I mean, this is some of the best tunneling that I have seen Ruby Malin do with her rise ball and her drop ball, and I've watched her pitch a lot. A little bit at Washington, a lot at Oklahoma State, and the way that she's pitching right now is next level for her. Not trying to overpower these hitters with speed.
Three-two. Pop back and out of play. Big spot here. McKinney's certainly not an easy out, but Wiz has a lot of power standing in the on-deck circle. And if McKinney is able to keep this inning going, it'd be a great opportunity for Delaney Wiz in a run-producing spot. 3-2 just misses. Ruby was hoping she could get that call.
Well, and I kind of think that that fooled the umpire a little bit. This is a drop ball that never really drops, but I think that this gets the top of the zone. I think that that should be a strike. That is a missed call, and that could be a pivotal missed call in this game.
Zone is a ball higher in the pro league than it is in the college softball game. Delaney Wiz pops this up and out of play for strike one. Delaney last year played for the Chicago Bandits. She is one of 3 Bandits now on this Oklahoma City roster that was put together in the expansion draft. Bubba Nichols, Camarena, and Sydney McKinney, who we just saw, the other 2 Bandits that came over. 1-1 pitch.
It's another close one that she got earlier in the game, but a big shift put on Delaney Wiz right now. Mackenzie Clark shaded toward right center field, so there's a big gap in dead center field and left center. Dakota Kennedy playing well off the line.
Wiz got under it. Kennedy in left is there. And that is now 3 scoreless innings for Ruby Malin, putting together a gem here in Durham, North Carolina for the Blaze. The bottom of the third here in Durham, Carolina, leading Oklahoma City 1-0. A special guest joining us in this inning, who we saw a great catch from earlier in this game. We were talking about it, not sure what she saw originally, but made up some great ground and made a diving catch right at the edge of the infield grass to end the inning earlier in this game. And now Sydney Sherrill joins us live in the field. Been part of a great middle infield, also played some third base this year. Sydney, we had to ask you because Amanda thought off the bat that ball looked like it was going into center field earlier. What did you see when you made that diving catch?
Yeah, I thought it was going to center field too. I went back like 3 steps and then had to come in and get it, but I was able to get it, thankfully.
First pitch outside. Aubrey Leach leads off the inning, 9-1-2 for Carolina.
Sydney, what does it feel like to be in a playoff hunt like this? I mean, as like a competitor and an athlete, are your juices flowing? Is it fun to be back in the mix of things like this again?
Yeah, it's really fun. I find like this competitive spirit really fun, especially now to experience it on the pro side. Obviously in college, it's pretty common. So I just think it's so awesome that we have this opportunity to feel this in the pro level.
Into left field, Bubba Nichols Camarena is there for the first out. So how aware have you guys, like what's been the message and kind of how do you understand what you need to do while also staying locked in on the moment?
Yeah, I think we just need to play our game is really what has been told to us and what we've just been trying to stay together with each other and just play our game. I think if we just each individually play our best. So that's just what we've been telling each other, that we know we're capable and we just got to go out there and have fun and play together.
Dakota Kennedy at the top of the order with 1 out and nobody on.
So with Amber Flores as your head coach, what have you learned from her this season?
Yeah, I think just being able to be with her the past 3 years with Spark and then obviously now in the AUSL, it's been just a joy to play for her the past couple years and I've already learned so much. And then this year too, just oh, that hurt.
That's a Blaze single for 22, Dakota Kennedy.
Sorry.
It was 76 off the bat, my goodness. Great effort.
But yeah, I've learned a lot. Flores. Yeah, let's roll it, Sid. Dang it.
Hey, that
Yeah,
that last hop off of your glove, I mean, that thing took off.
Yeah, it was a hard hit ball. She got a lot of that one.
Reese Atwood at the plate takes ball 1 outside. Sydney, I have to ask you, last week, really cool, Patty Gasso and your former coach, Lonnie Alameda, in the booth as analyst. What did you think of Coach in the booth?
Yeah, I think she did a great job, and it was just a joy to be in her presence. I miss just for her and being around her every day. She was such an impactful person in my life, and I just love being around her and talking to her. To catch for a little talk about it. Just love her. Yes, Penta!
1 out, 1 on. Sid, thanks so much for doing this. We're going to let you lock in. Appreciate the time as
All right,
always.
thank you guys.
Reese Atwood takes that strike on the outside corner. 2-2 count here. I think Reese was looking back. She may be a little upset because she was thinking that
100%.
Malin was hitting those spots.
100%. She's like, I've seen these pitches, or I've seen that pitch a couple of times where my pitcher didn't get the call. that Reese Atwood has a legit chance of being Rookie of the Year this year. I think it'll come down between her and her teammate, Carlin Pickens. Unfortunately for Carlin, she's taken some tough losses. Her record in the year doesn't look as good. It's been a tough end of the season for Carlin Pickens as Reese Atwood has just gotten hotter as the season has gone on. Toward the top of the league and number of home runs that she's hit. Some other candidates that could hop in there was, of course, Megan Grant with her 10 home runs, and Kinsey Brown, a pitcher for the Cascade, who's had a really nice year with a 3.56 ERA. But if I'm picking today, I think the answer is Reese Atwood.
That is for AUSL Rookie of the Year. There's also some big names up for that spot of catcher on the U.S. national team for the Olympics in 2 years. Reese Atwood is on the elite team. There's 2 Team USAs for this summer, a couple different events that are going to take place at the end of this month and then later this year in September. Reese is on the second team, so to speak. You look at some of the other names that are catchers: Deja Mulipola, Kayla Kowalik, Savannah Jaquish, Charlize Palacios. Kendall Wells is also on the elite team. Where do you feel like Reese fits into that national team puzzle? It's so hard because there's so many stars.
Those are just some good options, and especially with the taste I was left in my mouth with how Deja Mulipola hit the ball at the end of the season and her final few games with the Volts. I mean, she just looked lights out at the plate, as does Reese Atwood this season. And Kayla Kowalik, we know, has been battling an injury this summer, so we haven't gotten to see the best of her.
Klingler first pitch swinging. This is carrying to right. Nice catch by Harper. And there are 2 outs with runners at the corners. Blaze now 1 for 18 with runners in scoring position this series.
Which is so opposite of how they started this season. They led the league in batting average with runners in scoring position, and their bats at times at the end of the season just gone cold. A lot of close games that the Blaze have played in, quite a few heartbreakers. It's been a tough end of the season for the Blaze, but I mean, still fighting. And like we saw from the Volts, they were out of playoff contention, but still showing up and putting their best foot forward and playing spoiler to a lot of teams.
So interesting when you look at this 9-game losing streak for Carolina. They've been right there. So many one-run games, so many walk-off losses, just heartbreaking fashion. And it's just, they've kind of been all over the place. Like, they've done things well, they've done everything well, it seems like at times, and they've also had issues doing everything at times. Right now, just trying to finish the season on a high note and upset Oklahoma City to keep them out of the postseason. They lead it by 1 after 3. Well, tonight at 8 Eastern on MLB Network, it's the play-in before the play-in. This one is for the top spot and a date in the AUSL Championship Series. You go straight there if you win this game. You don't have to worry about that 1-game play-in on Thursday.
Oh my goodness. Montana Fouts, the way that she pitched last night. Lexi Guilfoyle, we had a pitcher's duel back and forth, low-scoring game, even holding the Bandits offense to just 1 hit for the majority of the game, despite them being the best hitting team in the league. We'll see it all over again tonight with the Talons and the best ERA in the league, the best pitching staff top to bottom against the best offense. This is going to be a good game tonight. I cannot wait to tune in and see who wins. Who is going to get the 1 seed?
And who will have the final spot? Will it be Oklahoma City or Portland? We will find out potentially today. Carolina could seal the deal for the Cascade if they can win this game. Ruby Malin has been excellent through 3 innings. Working on her 2nd time through this lineup. Amari Harper will lead things off, followed by Sydney Sherrill and Bubba Nichols Camarena. Just 4 total hits in the game. And 1 run for Carolina was an unearned run. This is at Aubrey Leach at second base, and there's 1 away. Anna has more on Ruby Malin.
Heading to the batter's box for the
Well,
start,
after being called up from the reserve pool, she said she had a couple tough outings. She wasn't proud of it, but coming into this game, she felt like she needed to lock in. She said, I know my stuff. I know my stuff is good. And she said that her warm-up made her think, hey, I'm going to have a good start today. And that's exactly what she's done. She's kept the spark scoreless through 3.
Such a big performance for Ruby at the pro level, trying to put together what really would be one of her best outings, probably her best outing of her professional career. And then there's a spot here for her in Carolina if she can perform and convince Dana Sorensen that she can be the 5th arm on this roster.
Well, and she's already treated herself like a pro in terms of her preparation, her senior season at Oklahoma State. She was monitoring her sleep. She was monitoring her food intake, making her own food. I mean, she really took care of herself to put everything she could into her senior season, and it paid off, especially with the way that she ended the season pitching for Oklahoma State, leading them to super regionals at Nebraska. There was a turning point for Ruby Malin in her senior year, and it was pitching in the Bedlam matchup against Oklahoma at Devon Park, which is home of the Women's College World Series. She beat them, and it seemed like that game, that win, fueled her confidence the rest of the season and led that Oklahoma State team in the circle.
That was something that she and some of her teammates said felt like the turning point of Oklahoma State's season. So they just really started to win at a ridiculous rate after that and felt like they could win any game they played in. Sydney Sherrill at the plate is a Moore, Oklahoma native, but played her college ball at Florida State. And swings and misses at that. Ruby fired up.
Her rise is moving the best maybe I've ever seen it move. You know, I actually called that game against Oklahoma when Ruby Malin was pitching against them at Devon Park, and her rise ball was working really well on that night too. But I don't know, there is just something about the speed that she is throwing at, the way that she is spinning these pitches and being able to use both her rise ball and drop ball effectively. Usually about 60–70% of the time Ruby Malin's going to throw her drop ball, but that's not the case today because her rise is working so well.
Doing what she's doing against any team in this league is quite the feat, but to do it against a team that knows you better than any other in the league because you played with them for a number of weeks at the beginning of the season just makes this even more impressive. Strike one to Bubba Nichols Camarena.
You know, Kenny Gajewski, her head coach at Oklahoma State, had said earlier in her senior season that he felt like she was years away of the type of pitcher that she was eventually going to become. I mean, just knowing what she puts into it, the stuff that she has, how serious she takes, how competitive she is. She has really good endurance through a ton of complete games in her senior season. Ruby Malin really does have what it takes to be a professional pitcher. It's not been the best start for her of her professional career as a rookie, but I think today you're seeing what she's completely capable of doing.
2-out base hit for Bubba Nichols Camarena, hands it off to Haley Lee, who lined out to left field her first trip to the plate. That is a massive cut at that pitch for strike one.
And that's her rise ball. I know it, you're used to thinking, okay, rise ball, it's going to be a pitch at the shoulders or at the eyeballs, but that's her rise ball. It's like a low rise ball today that she's able to throw through the zone, and it makes her drop ball look that much more effective. That's a rise, again, at least that's what was called, right? That one probably didn't get the best spin up, but it still had 3 inches of vertical break up to where now when she throws her drop ball, it's going to look even better because of the way that she's throwing her rise.
0-2 is down and away. Oklahoma City just 1 for 5 with runners on today. Lee to left field, it's curling and it's foul.
That was the best hit ball that we have seen off of her. Bubba Nichols Camarena really got into one too early in the count, but just pulled foul. It's a nice swing by Haley Lee, 80 miles an hour off the bat. Needs to be careful here and be able to expand the zone or change speeds.
2-2.
a take by Haley Lee. That is a drop ball moving at about 8 inches down. She's able to recognize that it's going to fade out of the zone and put more pressure on Ruby Malin right here to make a pitch, showing that she's not going to chase anything. She's going to have to come through the zone.
Popped up, shallow right field. Cagle underneath it. Ruby Malin is dealing in Durham. Triple header in the NBA Summer League continues at 4:30 Eastern. Nets Thunder, that on ESPN. Little ESPN2 matchup. Nuggets Raptors in between Warriors and Grizzlies tonight at 9 Eastern. Back on ESPN. It's also available on the ESPN app. And coming up tonight right here on ESPN and the app, Women's Sports Sunday rolls on. WNBA action. The Connecticut Sun take on the Phoenix Mercury. Countdown crew will kick it off at 6:30 Eastern with tip-off at 7. And also, shout out to Anna, our sideline reporter's brother, John Camden. 22 points in his Summer League game last night.
Led all scorers in the game.
Anna is a very proud sister for that one. John played his final season of college ball at Cal this year. A little sharpshooter. Who is the best athlete in the Camden family, Anna?
Oh gosh, that's a tough question. It depends on who you ask. There's 4 of us that were all Division I athletes, 5 if you include my mom, and my dad was a Marine. So it's a pretty competitive household if we're being honest. But John and I are both chasing our dreams this summer. I'm on the broadcast side, he's on the court, figuring out his next steps, and it's been really cool to see him be the man in the arena, if you will.
Anna, is it warm down there?
Oh, it's warm. Yeah, I've got a personal fan, and it's going the entire game because I'm sweating. It's very hot down here, guys. I don't know how these players are in these full pans and performing as well as they are up there.
We got a shot of her with the fan in the dugout.
You with the fan. I love it, talking about your family. So good.
Alyssa Brito leads off this 4th inning for Carolina. Fouls that down the left field line. So I mentioned earlier, Carolina has done everything well this year. They've also at times struggled in kind of all the facets. And when you look at this game right here, for instance, 1-0, getting a fantastic pitching performance from Ruby Malin. This is when the offense doesn't seem, since really the first 5 games, to take off when they're getting these pitching performances. And one of the things we talked about pregame was at the beginning of their series against Texas last week, they had the 2nd best ERA in the league. That has since fallen to now 5th in the league in ERA and jumped well over 4. But early in the year, very beginning, hitting and pitching great. They got off to a fantastic start. They were in 2nd place just a couple weeks ago. The pitching continued. The hitting kind of dwindled. And now we're seeing the hitting pick up a little bit over these last 3 games at least. And the pitching has struggled a little bit.
Well, how about on this 9-game losing streak that they've been on? How many close games that they've played and how many games they've lost in the 6th, 7th inning, maybe in extra innings like last night. It's not necessarily a walk-off. They still have just had these heartbreaking moments late in the game. And I feel for them because they've been right there. I mean, they're 4 or 5 games away or a swing away or an out away, an inning away from their season looking completely different.
7 of those 9 losses were either by 1 or 2 runs or in extra innings like we saw yesterday. 4 of them were walk-offs. Even if you were 3-6 or 4-5 in that span, we'd be talking about Carolina trying to get in the playoffs right now on this day.
They're starting to chase now against Maddie Penta a little bit more. Brito chased the curveball off at the plate with 2 strikes, and then Laird chasing a drop ball down. This could be a quick inning for Maddie Penta. She's already had a 3-up, 3-down inning in the 1st.
Anna Gold takes strike 1. That was just the 10th pitch of this inning. 2-1 count for Penta against Anna Gold, one of the favorites here in Durham, thanks to her time as a Blue Devil playing for Marissa Young. Left this program as the all-time home runs leader. That record actually broken this year by another player who we saw in the league early, Amina Vega. Zana at Duke, 54 career home runs, 199 RBIs. Was the AUSL Rookie of the Year last year.
I remember coming here for an interview for her head coach, Marissa Young, and I saw Anna Gold taking BP or just hitting the cages, ran into her, wanted to meet her, and at that time she didn't know that she was going to get a golden ticket to play in the AUSL, and I kind of knew she was going to get a golden ticket, and so I was just talking to her like, yeah, would you be interested in playing pro and playing in the league? And she was like, oh yeah, that would be so awesome. I really want a chance to play. And then she got it and made the absolute most of last summer with what she did as a rookie.
Into left field, right on cue, on a goal into left with a 2-out base hit.
That's a Blaze single for number 4, Anna Gold.
And she's just been so good at sticking with changeups. The last 2 home runs that she's hit here have been on a changeup. This is on a changeup. She stays deep into her legs and just was, I think, going up with the I'm not going to be beat with the change of speeds here. Low and away, just held on to it.
No one wants a hit more than Mackenzie Clark. Hitless on the season so far. Has not had a ton of ABs on the year. This is just her 19th at-bat of the season. It's tremendous speed, really good glove in the outfield, and jumps ahead in this count 2-0. Swing through that pitch, strike one. She is the curator of the home run cape that the Blaze have donned ever since their series with the Talons, the Durham Bulls Athletic Park. She's all vibes.
All vibes. Yeah, that cape came out, and the Blaze just felt like started to hit home runs after she brought that out. That was just for game 3 of the series, right? And then they avoided the sweep of the Talons. They hit a couple of home runs that game.
Nice at bat from Clark. She walks with 2 outs. And Aubrey Leach make Maddie Penta pay.
Yeah, it just seems like 2 seconds ago we were talking about potential for 3-up, 3-down inning, 2 strikeouts to start this inning. And Anna Gold said not so fast, hanging with 2-strike changeup and being able to find a way on. And then Maddie Penta losing a little command there. And that Mackenzie Clark AB.
Monitoring a pending weather situation in the area. We will keep you up to date as needed. But just so you're aware, we are monitoring a nearby weather situation.
Just made an announcement in the stadium that they are monitoring a weather situation nearby, and a quick glance out the windows to the right and left of the field and likely behind the field as well. There are some eerie looking clouds in the area. There were storms in the Durham area yesterday. We fortunately were able to avoid those.
I just want to point out that I don't think one person left from the outfield after that announcement. Nobody's phased. Like, thank you for the information, but we want to stay right here in our spot and watch this game. We'll wait it out.
Reaching at that pitch for strike 2. You would have left, right?
Yeah,
I think
right.
I saw you try to take your headset off as you were listening to that
oh,
announcement.
weather coming in. Okay, I need to go hustle to the car.
Aubrey 4 for 8 at the plate over the last 3 games. Much more like what we expect from Aubrey Leach. She's still been a pest. She's still reached in all but 3 games this year. Into center field, but too close to Maya Brady. We are through 4 in Durham, 1-0 Carolina.
This is the best professional outing of Ruby Malin's career, was a start that she had today, and it started with getting Maya Brady out on the rise ball, and then she kept the momentum with that pitch going throughout the innings that she pitched in this game, spotting that pitch well, not overthrowing it, about 6 inches of vertical break up to complement her 9 inches of vertical break down. And look, I think this is Joe Evans telling Ruby Malin, hey, you pitched a great game against us. I don't know exactly what she's saying, but that's my former head coach, so I feel like I can just kind of make up whatever. She's probably given her a little respect, a little credit for the start that Ruby Malin had today, and now she will pass the ball to Emma Lemley.
Saw Lemley yesterday just record 1 out to get out of the 8th inning. Gave up 1 hit, and the out was a strikeout. Lemley in her 2nd professional season, another ACC product here for the Carolina Blaze out of Virginia Tech. And she'll try to keep things right where they are, but it's a tough spot. 9-1-2 is due up. Gordon, then Maya Brady, and Sydney Romero.
Well, remember, Ruby Malin has a relationship with this Spark team and the coaching staff from her time spent on the Spark earlier this season. So that's a big outing, knowing what they're capable of and seeing them hit so many home runs when she was with them. Just the mindset she had today was on point.
Strike 1 to Sarah Gordon for Emma Lemley. So what does Lemley do? What can she do to keep this lineup in check if you're a Portland fan watching?
Spot her rise ball like what she just did to that first pitch to Sarah Gordon. So Emma Lemley is going to be known for her rise ball. It's going to be her most used pitch. The movement that she has on her rise ball is significant. I mean, she has 10 to 11 inches of up break. That is a very, very, very high number of her rise ball break. It's going to be about her commanding that pitch, using her curveball effectively, and spotting it up for a strike and not falling behind in these hitters counts here.
You might have heard me say, if you're a Portland fan, thinking, why would he be talking about Portland? But if you joined us later, if you haven't been following this past week in the AUSL, this is the 2nd to last day of the regular season. There is 1 playoff spot left up for grabs. Chicago and Utah have already punched their tickets. They will play for the top seed tonight. But Oklahoma City and Portland, it's one or the other for that final playoff spot. All Portland needs is for Carolina to beat Oklahoma City 1 time in the next 2 days. You think the Cascade are watching this game right now?
Definitely. On their iPhones, on their TV, in the hotel, in all different ways, I bet.
2-2 misses low. Scary part if you are Carolina or a Portland fan is Oklahoma City, they just don't get held down like this for long, it doesn't seem like. They average 5.5 runs per game. No one has hit more home runs in the league this year than they have. They have been shut out just twice. This gets into center field, and Sarah Gordon has a base hit to start the inning, and here comes Maya Brady. Had Brady not homered in the 7th inning yesterday, Portland would have already punched their ticket to the playoffs. OKC was down to their final 3 outs and down a run, but Brady homered and forced extras.
And she had some weak contact off of Ruby Malin. Both of her balls were not well hit at all. And Ruby Malin handled Maya Brady very well, because Maya Brady this season has been so locked in. Seems like she's squaring up everything, coming through time after time. Nice off-speed pitch there by Emma Lemley, dropping it down to 56. But Maya Brady is a game changer.
She's reached in all but 1 game. She started the season on a 10-game hit streak. The 1 game she didn't reach in was a game that she left early, barely played in that game. Missed 4 full games in the majority of a 5th, and has still put up absurd numbers and tied for the league lead in home runs with 10. This is the difference in the game. Yesterday, that big 3, Brady Romero whiz, 7 hits, 4 home runs between them. They've been held in check this evening, or this afternoon, I should say. It's the clouds coming in, making me feel like it's a little later in the day. Wind is blowing out right now. Just 190 down the lines. 2-2. Brady trying to stay with that pitch and fouls it back.
That pitch was just a little bit up, and Brady able to get rid of it, seeing just about everything from Emma Lemley in this at-bat.
One on, nobody out. Just misses inside. Lemley had a smile on her face, begging for that one.
Wow, I really think this should be a strike. I'm sorry, that is a strike. I usually really like Robbie Gaston too. I even told you that earlier in the game, but that is a strike.
Brady yanked that pitch foul. 5 of the last 7 hits have been home runs. 56% of the hits from Brady, Romero, and Wiz this year have been for extra bases. Brady, ground ball into right field, base hit. Gordon holds up at second. Joe Evans won't risk it in this part of the order.
I mean, Maya Brady saw everything in that at-bat. Off-speed, curveball that should have been a strikeout. Instead, it extended the at-bat, and a rise ball Maya Brady knows is going to come out of the hand of Emma Lemley, so she's able to keep her barrel above the ball, hit it hard to the right side. Just a great at-bat by Maya Brady. That is not a home run, but passes the bat to Sid Romero.
Romero fouls back the first pitch. Just watched the final game of her sister Sierra's career last night. Awesome moment. Sierra Romero getting a curtain call from the fans in Portland when she was removed from that game. Sydney flies this to right field. It's a big first out for Emma Lemley. Well, hats off to the fans in Portland for understanding the moment for one of the greats. Sierra Romero got exactly what she deserved. A curtain call, a standing ovation. What an incredible career she's had.
That was a special moment, taking her off the field, and it's not her home crowd. It's there in Portland, who have had the best crowds and attendance. And they, you said, understood the moment. They understood the assignment. She comes off the field. She's not your player wearing your jersey, and she's still got that round of applause. Just such a special connection that Sydney and Sierra Romero have had as softball players growing up and professional softball players playing against each other.
One out now with 2 on for Sydney McKinney in a 1-1 count. McKinney lays down the bunt. Lemley fumbled it for a second and now loads the bases.
This bunt just ends up spinning up her glove in between her legs. She knows she has to hurry because Sydney McKinney has good speed getting down the line, but that is an out, an error that should go down Emma Lemley. Same thing happened to the Blaze in yesterday's game where an error opened the door for the Spark.
First pitch outside to Delaney Wiz, who has 7 home runs on the season. She was so clutch. 2 walk-off hits for the Bandits last year as a member of that Chicago team. She's 1 for 2 this year with the bases loaded. Jumps ahead 2-0.
Well, the tough part about this now is that you have the bases loaded, double play situation, but Emma Lemley is going to spin the ball more up in the zone, so she's not going to throw you a ton of ground balls like somebody like Carlin Pickens or Kehlani Ricketts on their staff. The thing that you can wish for is either going to be a strikeout or a weak pop-up like they just got from Sid Romero more off the end of the bat, pretty shallow to the outfield. These outfielders have to be thinking about a play in front of them and a play at the plate for a sac fly.
3-0, and there was never a chance Delaney Wiz was going to swing at that pitch. Is this Oklahoma City's moment? Popped up, And that is going to get out of play.
It's just out of the reach of Atwood and Klingler. And again, if you get a strikeout here, that would be huge. An easy pop-up. The thing that they're going to try to avoid in this close game is a deeper pop-up that can lead to a sacrifice fly. Mackenzie Clark out in center field has a terrific arm. If it's hit out to her, it's going to be a close play at the plate.
Is just got a piece of that. Swing and a miss. How about that from Emma Lemley?
In a one-run game with the bases loaded, this is one of the only answers that you can have as a pitcher. Emma Lemley came all the way back from a 3-0 count to challenge Delaney Wiz and getting her to strike out on that low rise.
Amari Harper swinging first pitch. Long run for Clark. It's off her glove. 2 runs will score. Another one coming around, and the throw is not in time. Mackenzie Clark covered so much ground and very nearly hauled that in.
This is what Amari Harper has quietly been doing there in the 5-hole. She had a triple in yesterday's game as well, just off the end of the glove of Mackenzie Clark. I really thought she was going to get there, and she was there just a little bit too far away from her, but had a good beat on it. Good squared up piece of hitting by Amari Harper there to clear the bases. The rookie comes through.
See Clark shaking her head. We've seen her make those catches and some unbelievable ones in her short professional career so far. Sydney Sherrill now at the plate, runner on third base and 2 outs. That goes down as a 3 RBI double for Harper and then advanced.
Error extending this inning again to put the bat in the hands of Amari Harper. The error that was committed by Emma Lemley, just an unfortunate turn of events there. I mean, just so many moments for this Blaze team that have been heartbreaking, these positions they put themselves in.
All 4 runs in this game are unearned. Two-two to Sherrill. Sherrill tries to stay on this. Long run for Kennedy, and she makes the catch, falling in foul territory. Oklahoma City finally on the board in a big way.
And this is a rookie having the back of her teammates in front of her that did not get the job done. 1 through 4, Amari Harper sits in that 5-hole, clears the bases, 3 RBIs for the rookie.
The rookie out of Oregon, Amari Harper, a 3-run double to give Oklahoma City the lead. They need 9 outs to give themselves a chance to advance to the playoffs with a win tomorrow. That's game 3 between OKC and Carolina. It will be the regular season finale, not just for these teams, but for the AUSL in year 2 of existence. And it starts at 7 Eastern on ESPN2 and streaming on the ESPN app. And we are in a weather delay. That one came out of nowhere to an extent. We felt like we were about to start this inning, and then the inclement weather has arrived apparently. So they are going to clear the field and clear the stadium here in the bottom of the 5th inning of a 3-1 game. We will try to get information as quickly as we can on exactly what this is going to be, but the expectation I think will be usually at least 30 minutes. So bottom of the fifth, 3-1 Oklahoma City leading Carolina. We are in a weather delay. We'll be back as soon as we can here on the second to last day of the AUSL regular season. We'll keep you posted. Welcome back to Durham, North Carolina. The weather has cleared, and we are just about ready for softball. We'll resume this game in the bottom of the 5th inning. Carolina trailing now Oklahoma City 3-1 in a crucial game for Oklahoma City as they try to pursue and run down Portland in the standings. 2 wins behind them. Portland's season is over, and Oklahoma City has the tiebreaker. So if they win today, they win tomorrow night, they are that 3rd playoff team with Chicago and Utah, who play for the #1 spot later today. It's just been clutch swings for Oklahoma City. Maya Brady yesterday, a home run to tie it in the 7th and force extras, in which they scored 8 runs in the top of the 8th to win game 1 of this series. And then just moments before our rain delay, Amari Harper rips a 2 RBI double in the 5th, a 3 RBI double, I should say, in the 5th to take the lead for Oklahoma City. Alongside Amanda Scarborough, I'm Chucky Kemp. It's just everything on the line right now for Oklahoma City. Portland can only wait and hope that Carolina can get one of these wins.
Well, I can't get over the way that the Spark just continue to swing the bat late in games. The Spark, their offense is what got them to this point. Their pitching has been better as of late, but their offense has been strong this entire season. So no surprise that their offense is finding ways to flex late in games when the season really matters.
Anna Camden down on the field figured out exactly how these two teams spent their rain delay.
Yeah, both teams stayed busy, but in very different ways. The Sparks played a lot of games. Code Names, if you've heard of it, I actually love that game. There was some Sudoku being played and even an island game where you talk about everything that you would bring in an island, whereas the Blaze had a little more chill time. Melissa Brito, of course, made herself a coffee. Carlin Pickens told me she got to watch Devin Netz and Emma Lemley learn line dances, but she just watched. She didn't participate. And, of course, everyone's just trying to stay busy until we were back here on the field, and now they're ready to go.
Just about 30 seconds from resuming this game. Maddie Penta is back in the circle for Oklahoma City. 4 innings, 3 hits, and 1 unearned run. 4 strikeouts for Penta, who is looking for 9 outs and to keep Carolina in check to give OKC a chance to head to the postseason with a win tomorrow night. She will face the top of the order as we resume play in the bottom of the 5th. Dakota Kennedy leads things off. She is 1 for 2. With a single off Penta and swings at that first pitch for strike 1.
And Maddie Penta has done a nice job in this game through the 4 innings that she has thrown, and especially as of late in that 4th inning, what you just saw from Dakota Kennedy, getting more chases from these Blaze hitters out of the zone.
Tried to go back to the same spot there. Kennedy lays off that pitch, 1-1 count. For the rookie from Sacramento, California, started her career at Arizona, was a 2-time All-American there, but finished her career this year at Arkansas. Just tips that into the glove of Sarah Gordon. It's a 9-game losing streak that Carolina has found themselves on after sitting at 2nd in the standings when this began, as Kennedy lost one out in the left field. She's got a leadoff base hit after this game has resumed.
Signal for 22, Dakota Kennedy.
This big leadoff swing there for the Blaze, especially after Kennedy chased early in the count, and Maddie Penta gave her one more up in the zone with that 1-2 count.
This is somebody who could tie this game with 1 swing of the bat. Reese Atwood leads Carolina in home runs and run production. 8 homers, 21 RBIs on the season for Reese. They have struggled, though, with runners on in both games of this series. Today, 0 for 6. Bounced into Gordon, 1-1 count.
It's going to be important for Maddie Penta here to utilize her drop ball and change speeds against Reese Atwood, not giving her anything to hit out over the heart of the plate, but keeping the ball down the zone with her drop ball because of her home run power, like that.
We have seen some really powerful swings, it seems like, for both teams. Reese Atwood would love to connect with something like that. Behind in the count, fights that pitch off to stay alive.
I have a feeling she's just not going to give her anything up in the zone. runner on, chance to tie this game, down by 2 runs, and the home run power that Reese Atwood has had, especially late in the season.
Ground ball. Romero tries to get the lead runner and does, so there's one away. Sydney Romero has had a quietly excellent year at shortstop. She has just been rock solid. We've seen her play kind of all the infield positions, it seems like, in her professional career, but she has been their everyday starter at shortstop. Has done a tremendous job. First pitch, Bailey Klingler, kind of a check swing. Penta will go to second, no chance for 2, but Penta responding nicely after the leadoff single for Dakota Kennedy.
Late in this game, down by, with the Blaze being down by 2, with the power hitters at the top of the order coming up, she just continues to pound that drop ball down in the zone. 64 miles an hour, getting hits off the end of the bat, soft contact to feed her infield.
2 outs for Valerie Cagle. How would you have spent the break if you were Maddie Penta, and how would you have gotten ready to come back out after pitching 4 innings earlier?
Yeah, I would have probably been more quiet, probably not playing as many games and having as much fun as what Anna was talking about. If I was the pitcher in that rain delay, probably just staying focused, a little laugh here and there, and then been just so anxious to grab my catcher and start to warm back up again and get ready to go back out there.
While Carolina has struggled to end this season, Oklahoma City has just been on a tear as of late. They had a little bit of a hiccup, but have won 7 of their last 9 games and 4 in a row, trying to make it 5 in a row here and 8 of their last 10. This is driven to left field and gone. Valerie Cagle ties the game with a line shot over the left field wall.
Somewhere, I think, in the Pacific Northwest, the Cascade just cheered for Valerie Cagle and this swing. Talked about Maddie Penta wanting to keep the ball down. This is a mistake that is left up. Her other pitches had been diving down, but she found herself in a 2-1 count, having to bring a pitch more up in the zone. And Val Cagle, in a hitter's count, looking to hit in that cleanup spot, ties up this game for the Blaze with 1 swing.
So the race is on in the final 2 innings now. Brito swings through that pitch, strike 1.
Big if Brito could get one up here too, with the way that she's been seeing the ball in the past 2 games. That's a nice pitch though, right at the knees, inside corner at 71, but finds herself now in a pitcher's count. But Brito has been swinging the bat so well, can do some home run damage as well if Maddie Penta is not careful.
0-2 pitch to Brito. Outside, let's go to Anna with the home run hitter.
Okay, you guys just had a lot of downtime, but you came out ready to go. What was your mindset going into that at-bat?
Yeah, I think for me, I was getting a little frustrated with my first 2, just not making the adjustments I wanted. I felt like I was swinging at the right pitches, just not on time for them. And she's going to keep going to the same thing until I make that adjustment. So for me, it was just coming out and being ready to attack the pitch that I wanted.
Thanks so much.
We have a tie ball game. Valerie Cagle, a big-time swing. Can it swing the hopes of Portland?
Your score, Spark 3, Blaze 3.
Blaze giving their fans who stuck out the rain delay something to cheer for. We had 1 run through the first 4 innings, but a 5 spot between these 2 teams in the 5th, and the race is on. 3-3 as we start the 6th inning, and we also have a new pitcher. It's Kaylani Ricketts, who we saw yesterday. 3 innings, 4 hits in relief, and just 1 earned run, one of the longest tenured veterans in this league, trying to close it down here.
Yeah, so 3rd pitcher that the Blaze have used in this game. As a reminder, Ruby Malin got the start, threw very well, and then Emma Lemley came in, and now we got the lefty in Kaylani Ricketts.
At the plate for the
This is a
Spark
familiar
48,
sight for Carolina over their last 10 games. Another game that's going to come down to the final couple innings. Ricketts falling behind 2-0 of Bubba Nichols Camarena. Bubba 2 hits today after she was 0 for 4 yesterday. Takes strike 1. She had 2 home runs in the first 4 games of the year. Hasn't had one since. Seems like when you least expect it, though, that's when Bubba will come through with a big one. This is sent to right field and off the wall. Rolling back towards center field. Bubba very nearly left the yard there. But it's a leadoff double here in the 6th.
This is just a veteran hitting against a veteran and understanding that Keilani Ricketts is going to be more of a down ball pitcher. So Bubba Nichols Camarena goes up with the mindset that she needs to get her barrel underneath one of these pitches. That drop ball is not a bad location at all. It is headed down to the shoelaces, but Bubba gets her bat down there, barrels one up, almost hits it out of here, hit the top of the wall.
The go-ahead run on second base for Haley Lee. Remember, this is 7, 8, 9 in the order for Oklahoma City. Spark just 1 for 7 with runners in scoring position today. All 3 runs scored on 1 swing of the bat by Amari Harper, a 3-run double. Haley Lee in a big-time hitters count here, 3-0. Sarah Gordon, the 9-hole on deck. It's inside and gets away, so Bubba is going to take third, and Haley Lee is on first. Sarah Gordon coming up, and Maya Brady on deck.
Keilani Ricketts falling behind both of the hitters that she's faced.
Number 10, Sarah Gordon.
Flores talking to the home plate umpire right now. They will run over at first base. Grace Jenkins, the rookie out of Arizona, take the place of Haley Lee.
Number 8, Grace Jenkins.
Come on, Gordy.
First pitch to Sarah Gordon.
Good.
Showing bunt, but pulls back.
Struggling with command, Keilani Ricketts is in the circles, so Ruby Malin picking up the ball, going to go back into the bullpen and start throwing here as another option. You know, it was, when you look back, it was just kind of funny timing with the way that Ruby Malin was throwing so well through the first 4 innings in this game that it was surprising to see Emma Lemley come into the game. Nothing against Emma Lemley. It was just all Ruby Malin and the way that she was having the best start of her professional career against one of the top offenses.
Gordon gets down the bunt. Bubba will stay at third, but they'll take that all day long. The sacrifice moves another runner into scoring position for Maya Brady.
Top of the Spark batting order with number 7, Maya Brady.
There is a base open, and we have seen this opportunity for Brady a couple times in the past week or so. She's made some pay, so they will not roll the dice. They'll put Brady on first and give it to Sydney Romero. First pitch, she takes a mighty hack out and fouls it off. This is not much of a better option, though, with Sid Romero.
Guys, really pick your poison this year between Maya Brady and Sydney Romero. Sydney Romero continuing to hit behind Brady.
To right field, tailing foul.
See how aggressive that Romero is being in this at bat too, and you can see that the Spark approach is already so good against Keilani Ricketts, just trying to get the bottom half of the ball, elevate something to the outfield, especially with the runner at third base, less than 2 outs.
One-two pitch from Ricketts. Into right field, Cagle makes the catch. The throw coming home is cut off. And Oklahoma City has retaken the lead.
Stepping to the plate, number 25, Sydney McKinney.
Now runners at the corners, 2 away for Sydney McKinney. Pops this down the left field line, foul. Job done for Sid Romero, and at the same time, if you're Carolina, you get out of it right here with just the 1 run, you probably feel pretty good.
Sydney Romero knew exactly what she wanted to do when she came to the plate, trying to get underneath one, elevate it to the outfield. There's some help there with Reese Atwood. That ball got behind her, but it hit the umpire and did not go all the way to the wall behind her. So Jenkins had to stay at third base. So that little help there by Robbie Guest.
Just think of Reese Atwood. Didn't exactly know where that ball was, tracked it down and threw a dart. Basically a perfect throw to second base, despite not being there in time, but just a laser right to the glove of Alyssa Brito.
Her arm is so good back behind the plate. Long levers, she's so tall, long arms, long legs.
2-2 from Ricketts. Sydney McKinney 0 for 2 with a walk and reached on an error. Has to wait on this, on a gold, lays out. Can't quite reach it.
Almost got there. Nice changeup that Kehlani Ricketts threw there to throw the timing off of Sid McKinney. Almost got an out.
McKinney right side, Aubrey Leach is there, and she threw it away. They're gonna say it was a dead ball as that gets thrown into the dugout, but both runs will score. That is a rare miscue for Aubrey Leach at second base.
She moved over to that ball, and I think that Sydney McKinney was hustling down the line faster than maybe what she thought in that internal clock in her mind. And also Klingler wasn't stretching towards the ball. Klingler was stepping toward the pitching circle.
Hindered her mobility to get to that throw. Now Delaney Wiz with a chance to extend this lead even further. Up and in at Wiz. That is the second time Sydney McKinney's reached on an error. One was to the pitcher, one to the second baseman, and both times it just feels like her speed is the problem. She is so quick.
Yeah, she's such a tough hitter to defend because she does have that outfield pop, gap-to-gap power, so you do have to be aware that the ball can come at a high exit velocity off of her bat, but she also can use the speed for mishitting a ball to the infield. She can run it out or lean down a bunt. You gotta hurry.
Wiz goes down looking, but it is back-to-back 3 spots in the 5th and 6th for Oklahoma City, and they are closing in on a big win.
To the bottom of the 6th inning, your score, Spark 6, Blaze 3.
Some defensive miscues for Carolina in these last couple innings, helping Oklahoma City put up 6 runs and lead this game by 3 as we go to the bottom of the 6th. Chances for the Blaze now dwindling. They will see a new arm in the circle, Elena Vaughter, who we saw yesterday go 3 1/3, allow 3 hits and 2 earned, got out of a massive spot early in that game yesterday with the bases loaded and nobody out. And Vaughter is the projected Game 3 starter tomorrow night.
So will we see her in all 3 games? Game 1, now in Game 2, and will she still start in Game 3? It's left to be determined. She's going to come in and throw a heavy drop, use her drop ball 80 to 90% of the time, then also mix in a changeup. But down the zone is going to be what Elena Vaughter does.
She will also face a pinch hitter and the projected Game 3 starter for Carolina, Devin Netz, second-year pro out of Arizona.
Now in the circle for the Spark, number 15, Elena Vaughter.
Misses with the 0-1 pitch. 1-1 count for Vaughter. Part of one of the nation's best 1-2 punches earlier in her career at Stanford before finishing up at South Carolina. But along with Nigeri Kennedy in 2023, it's hard to find a duo better. Tough play for Romero on a short hop, and Netz is aboard with nobody out.
Tough play for Romero at shortstop, just big hops, going to her backhand, trying to play that hit pretty well in terms of exit velocity to create that ground ball. Not easy for Romero to handle at all, those big hops.
Anna Gold going after that inside pitch, down and in. She is 1 for 2 in the game with a single and reached on an error on the left fielder, Bubba Nichols-Camarena. 3 hits yesterday, another today. One of her best series of the season. Yes, misses outside for Vaughter.
These are well-located pitches that Vaughter is trying to figure out, one in, one out, where the strike zone is. I do think just missing a little bit off the plate, though. Just not wanting to come too far on because of the Gold home run power that she's had as of late.
3-1. First 4 innings of this game, really quiet. It's 1-0 after 4. All of a sudden, we have just taken off. Oh, back up the middle, that hit Vaughter, and it goes into right field. Hopefully it didn't get her too solidly. She never really seemed to show any signs of pain.
Yeah, Blaze just not going away. And their first 2 hitters on in this inning, on a Gold, hitting a drop ball right back up the middle of the field, and long way for Vaughter to reach, and that ball came off the bat fairly hard with some high exit speed that got on top of her quickly. Courtney Oliver Elkins is the pitching coach, and has done a nice job with these pitchers, especially just, you can tell the adjustments that they made in the month of July, and just a turning point that this team had. It seemed like at the end of June, beginning of July, where this pitching staff got back on track. They had a losing record in the month of June, and then once July hit, these pitchers started to give them more quality starts, go deeper into games. You could tell maybe figuring out the pitch calling to work with them. The 3 pitchers coming over from Japan, they came to the AUSL late. Elena Vaughter being one of those 3 pitchers.
In the 7 wins in the last 9 games for Oklahoma City, they have not allowed more than 4 runs. They've only allowed more than 3 once, and it was yesterday. Blaze 1 for 20 in the series with runners in scoring position. Mackenzie Clark swinging first pitch, and Bubba makes the catch, 1 out.
1 for 20, and now 1 for 21. Those are staggeringly bad numbers. And you just think at some point somebody's going to get that hit to drop with runners in scoring position. That's a tough stretch for the Blaze offense in those situations.
Just think about it, 1 more. Still wouldn't be good numbers, but 1 more hit with a runner in scoring position yesterday and first 7 innings, or at any point, even right now. They have a great opportunity. Aubrey Leach in the 9 spot, and then Dakota Kennedy on deck with 1 out and 2 on. Aubrey just underneath that pitch. A full-time assistant at her alma mater, Tennessee, under Karen Weekly. Been a part of that staff the last 6 years as a GA and a director of player development. Foul ball on the left field line. She gets to coach both of her sisters, or 2 of her 3 sisters, I should say, the twins, Gabby and Alana, both key members of that Tennessee team. And Leach goes down looking. I didn't see the sign originally, but Vader floated that in there and got the bottom of the zone.
I think it was a little bit of a delayed call, but the right call. The changeup floated in there right at the knees, absolutely freezes Aubrey Leach. At first, she couldn't believe it, that it wasn't going to be a called strike, and then she got it.
I'm just glad I was on the same page. Somebody also thought what I thought. I just didn't see the call originally.
Would just be so big to get Reese Atwood up in this inning. Dakota Kennedy has been swinging it well as well, and she can do some damage, but I think if you're the Blaze, if Dakota Kennedy isn't going to send one out of here and tie it, you'd love to see Reese Atwood get up to the plate in this inning.
2-1 count to Dakota Kennedy. Just tied this game when we resumed at 3 apiece, but 3 runs for OKC in the top of the 6th has brought us to this moment. Kennedy just tipped it. Kennedy to left, foul ball.
Fans wanted that one. How about these fans? After a rain and lightning delay, everybody cleared out. There was not anybody left in the stands whatsoever, but a line formed, waiting to be able to get back in. Pretty decent crowd once we resumed.
Well, off speed, Kennedy stays with this one and fouls it off. And it's actually cooled things off a little bit here in Durham. The camera operators disagree with that statement, I think. Elena Vaughter fielding her position and strands a pair. We are going to the 7th with OKC up 3.
2 left on base. We played 6 complete. Your score: Spark 6, Blaze 3.
Chicago and Utah are in the AUSL postseason, but they play tonight against each other. They actually playing that game in Portland due to the air quality concerns in Chicago. This was yesterday. Chicago had to win to set up this winner-take-all matchup for the #1 seed. So what do? Bottom of the 8th, Sammy Williams, one of the best hitters in this sport right now, bunts to walk it off.
You know, I was watching that game, and Eric Collins and Natasha Watley were talking about how good Sammy Williams has been with runners in scoring position and runners on, and how high her average is, and all the RBIs that she's driven in with her power. And then Shauna Stanton, third base coach, head coach for the Bandits, calls a squeeze. She lays it down on a Montana Fouts rise ball. So difficult to do. It's going to push it to tonight's game to determine who is going to be the 1 seed going into the playoffs.
Whoever loses that game tonight will play either Oklahoma City or Portland in the play-in game on Thursday night in College Station. New playoff format this year for the AUSL. Last year there were only 4 teams in the leagues. The top 2 met for a 3-game series, with the championship held in Tuscaloosa. This year with the 2 expansion teams, 1 more team gets to go to the playoffs.
Heading to the plate for the
Ari
Spark
Harper is
number
retired to start the
24,
inning. That'll bring up Sydney Sherrill. Sherrill pops up the first pitch. On a Gold takes control, 2 outs.
Heading to the batter's box.
It really is incredible that we are 3 outs away in the bottom of this inning from going to the final day of the regular season. There's one game going to be played tomorrow. And there is a possibility that if Oklahoma City wins that game, they go straight to the playoffs. It's just, you could not have scripted it to have Chicago and Utah tonight playing for the 1 seed, which is a rematch of last year's championship. And then one of the teams playing on the final day with a win could possibly go to the playoffs.
So crazy. So second to last regular season game playing for the 1 overall seed, and then the final regular season game playing again to the playoffs. It's incredible.
Another foul ball off the bat of Bubba. Bubba Nichols-Camarena had a great at bat. She was the first batter to face Ricketts in this game to start last inning, and ended up hitting a ball off the right field wall for a leadoff double. Takes outside ball once, a 3-hit game for Bubba after going 0 for 4 yesterday. Takes back-to-back pitches, almost the same spot. Bubba to left field, carrying off the top of the wall. Takes a big round at first, but stays put. You add 3 or 4 feet to her last 2 swings, she's got 2 home runs.
Actually, though, hitting off the top of the wall in right field, and now the top of the wall in left field. And how about the 2 pitches that she took before this pitch that were off the plate, outside? Ricketts tried to change speeds with her on the changeup. She did not bite, had to go back inside, and Bubba drives it.
First pitch to Haley Lee is popped up on the infield, and Anna Gold secures the catch. Blaze need a big bottom of the 7th to keep it going.
We head to the bottom of the 7th inning. Your score, Spark 6.
The AUSL is sponsored by LabCorp. Okay, it's a little warmer than maybe we thought after the rain delays. It is still over 90 degrees. Fans trying to stay cool. Little bag of ice on the head, I guess. That's whatever works. Last chance for Carolina. Down 3, bottom of the 7th. Good spot in their order to be in, though. 2, 3, 4 coming up. Atwood, Klingler, and Cagle. Elena Vaughter gave up back-to-back singles when she entered in the 6th inning, but proceeded to get a fly-out, strikeout, and ground out to strand both runners. One-0 pitch to Reese Atwood. Ground ball left side, Romero charging, and there's one away. Monday night, the Dodgers take on the Phillies at 7 p.m. Eastern, and then the Cardinals face the Angels at 10 Eastern. Both games live on ESPN and streaming on the ESPN app. Second half of the MLB season underway after the All-Star break last week. This is Bailey Klingler, who takes strike 1 on the off-speed pitch at 55 miles per hour. One note on all these Oklahoma City runs in this game, of the 6 runs scored, just 1 was earned. Back up the middle, Klingler with a 1-out base hit.
Yeah, a couple times in a row that Vaughter tried to throw that changeup, and Klingler recognizing it out of her hand the second time and being able to square it up very well. She hit that hard.
For the Blaze, number 72,
Hagel had the 2-run home run in the 5th that tied the game at 3 apiece. Outside, ball 1.
224 feet off of her batted line drive over that left field wall. It's like, is it gonna get out of here? Is it not? That was off of Maddie Penta.
Left side just over McKinney, but foul.
It's a close one.
Likely would have been a double and had a tying run coming to the plate with 2 in scoring position. It's a hold of this to left center. Brady goes back, and Cagle does it again. We're not done yet. A 2-run shot to make it a 1-run game. Cagle's 2nd and 3rd homers of the season in a span of 3 innings.
Somehow she got underneath this drop ball, just drops her barrel down to this pitch to be able to get underneath it and on time with it. That is so low in the zone. She just throws her barrel down there, creates the backspin that creates lift to get, again, out of this ballpark. 231 feet off the bat of Cagle.
Strike 1 to Alyssa Brito. Tying run at the plate, still just 1 out. It's Brito and Devin Netz, the next 2 batters up. And Carolina finally put themselves on the right side of one of these close games. Brito takes strike 2.
That's a pitcher's pitch right there, a tough one for Brito, where Vaughter just gets the bottom of the zone.
Big pitch here. Valerie Cagle looking on. Had 6 RBIs on the season, has 4 today. Brito takes full count. Hard hit ball right to Cheryl, and there's 2 away. Tomorrow night, it's the regular season finale in the AUSL, Oklahoma City, Carolina. We're back here for Game 3. It starts at 7 Eastern on ESPN2 and streaming on the ESPN app. Oklahoma City 1 out away from that game being a play-in to the play-in game. Two wins, and they're in. Quick visit from Amber Flores to the circle. Devin Netz at the plate. Netz will start tomorrow's game in the circle for Carolina against Elena Vaughter. First pitch, base hit up the middle. Devin Netz wasting no time.
That's a Blaze single.
And now the winning run steps to the plate.
Stepping up to the plate.
And it is the fan favorite and the player in this league most familiar with this field, Anna Gold. Five hits in the first 2 games of this series so far. First pitch inside, ball 1, homered yesterday. Up the middle, Romero, glove flip, and it's over! Sid Romero might have just saved the season for Oklahoma City.
And fans, with a final score of
They are
6-5,
now one win away tomorrow night from going to the AUSL postseason.
She was so quick to get over there. What a read off the bat by Sid Romero, kind of moving that way. As the pitch was released, you saw her shuffle her feet that one step as the ball is being released, almost like she kind of intuitively knew where Anna Gold was about to drive it right back up the middle of the field is what helped her make the dive and get that ball into her glove, and then the toss to Sid Sherrill for the final out. What a play. What a moment for this Spark team. Another one-run loss for the Blaze, but a big one-run win for the Spark to push it to tomorrow.
Oklahoma City is in with a win tomorrow night. If they lose, it is Portland that will go to the postseason. Anna is on the field with Sid Romero.
Okay, Sid, game-winning play. Take us through it.
I was just thinking I knew Anna's a pull hitter and just trying to read tendencies and just keep the ball in the dirt.
It's so no secret what's at stake here. Do or die tomorrow night to get into that play-in game. What's the team's mentality heading into tomorrow?
Not changing a thing. I mean, everyone wants to win, and our goal coming in every time is to win, so changing nothing.
How did you guys adjust as a defense after they just got that home run to keep them in it?
I think it's just settling in and keeping it simple, working on keeping the ball in the dirt and just getting outs.
Thanks, Sid. Stay ready for tomorrow.
Thank you.
Back to you guys.
Well, there it is. Oklahoma City, one game left. Portland's season is done, and the Spark have the tiebreaker over the Cascade.
Can't wait for that game tonight. Chicago, Utah going head-to-head for the 1 seed and an automatic spot into the finals. And then one more regular season game tomorrow night. Join us. It is sure to be a good one as the Spark try to fight their way into the playoffs.
On ESPN2 tomorrow night, the regular season finale. Talons Bandits, 8 Eastern tonight on MLB Network. What a game we had. Oklahoma City survives at the buzzer. And it's all to play for tomorrow night. For our entire excellent crew here in Durham, Amanda Scarborough, Anna Camden, I'm Chucky Kemp. We thank you for joining us, and we will see you tomorrow night.